Okay, looks connected. Oh, according to this, I am live. Excellent, fantastic. Well, everybody, Happy New Year. Wait, where is it? I can't get my hands on the camera. Right there it is. Happy New. Nope, wrong way. Happy New Year. Everything is backwards when I do this. So here, Happy New Year, everybody. I hope everyone had a very nice, safe New Year. 2021. Let's say goodbye to 2020. I think we can all agree that that's just fine. Optimistic that we're going to have a really good year this year, probably rolling into excellence as the year goes on. What I wanted to talk about though today, let me actually stop this thing going across the screen because I don't know about you, but I'm finding it annoying. Okay, so what I actually wanted to go over today was that it's the new year. A lot of people use this time of the year to set resolutions and goals for themselves, and very often they're unmet. They last till about February, and then everything falls apart, and then we wait till next year and we do something again. So, not that I'm the master of achieving goals, but there's a couple things that I do when I am trying to get better at something. Anybody that attends my classes hears me talking about practice all the time, and I definitely practice what I preach when it comes to practice. Practice what I preach when it comes to practice. With everything that I do that I'm trying to get better at. And so, an example of some of the things that I'm always trying to get better at. I'm always trying to get better at martial arts. I'm always trying to get better at playing my guitars. And there are always some either art projects or sculpting projects or some like small construction projects that I'm in the middle of. And since I'm not a master of any of those things, I'm always researching and trying stuff out and trying to get better at those things too. So those are three things as an example of things that I kind of on a regular basis am trying to get better at. And very often using karate as an example, it might be a new weapon that I'm working on or a new kata from a weapon or a new technique from a weapon. And one of the things that I do to ensure that I'm going to remember to practice, because like everybody else, I got a million things going on and I don't really have the opportunity to set aside 2 hours a day for practice time. So I tend to do things in like micro spurts. I do, a 5-minute karate practice because I'm waiting for the toaster to finish making my frozen pizza, or I'll do some quick guitar practice while I'm on hold with AT&T. Now that could also, obviously be a 2-hour guitar practice, but that's using as an example. I'm not really picking on AT&T. But one of the things that I do to ensure that these little micro practices can happen and they can happen easily is that instead of putting everything away where I can't find it, I leave out in a kind of a conspicuous place, trying not to annoy everybody in my family, certain things. So, I mean, as an example, and this is not a staged prop, if you see I turn my camera a little bit and aim it down, you'll see that right over here, I can't even see what I'm showing you because the glare is so terrible. Oh, there we go. Right over here on my couch, right next to me, are a set of tonfas, one of the weapons that I'm in the middle of practicing. And so I'm trying to get the glare out of the screen again. Sorry about that. So that was a lot of work to show you a prop. So one of the things that I like to do is keep it out so that when I am walking around, or even sometimes when I'm on the phone with somebody, I could just grab one of these things and I could just, quickly swing this thing around a little bit and just continue getting better and better at holding it, what it feels like to hold it, what it feels like to strike with it. And that gives me like a 5-minute practice session right there. I do something very similar with music. If I'm looking to play, if I'm learning to play a particular piece of music, if it's electronic, I have it on my home screen, very easy for me to find. If it's on paper, I always have the book right near my guitar stand, so every time I walk past it to feed my fish or some other things, I see it and I might pick up my guitar and noodle around for 2 minutes just to kind of make sure I get that little micro practice in. Even a step up from that is that I don't keep my guitars in guitar cases where I'd have to go and get them out. I keep them hanging up very readily accessible so that walking by and picking up a guitar for 5 minutes is a super easy thing to do. And I do the same thing with art projects. I leave them either very in a prominent place on my workbench, or sometimes if it's a small project like a piece of jewelry or something like that, I'll kind of keep it up, like on one of the on a kitchen area where I walk past it a lot, so that I see it all the time, and it reminds me to continue working on it. It inspires me to work on it, I guess would be the better way to say it. So that's kind of my guidance for today on some ways of maybe achieving some goals. Would be leave your stuff around so that it's sort of like the equivalent of a string around your finger. You're just going to have a hard time avoiding passing by that thing to do it for just a couple of minutes, if it's the kind of thing that requires practice. Not everything requires practice, but anyway, that's it for today, for Time Out Tuesday. Micro practice and leave things out and about, out of sight, out of mind. Doesn't work for me. Maybe it doesn't work for other people also. Who knows? Let me know in comments below if this helps you at all with anything, or any other comments that you have. I always appreciate them. So with that said, I once again want to wish everybody a very happy New Year. Well, that was good. Got that going. A happy New Year, and peace to everyone. See you at the dojo.